We're really going to focus on functional movements, so movements that you see in your everyday life, like squatting, getting down to the floor, coming back up to the floor. And just remember, every single movement that we do can be modified to your ability level. Some of you guys know what that means because you've been coming to classes. If you haven't been to a class, you'll experience that today, okay? We're really going to focus on mechanics first, so making sure that you do movements almost perfectly. And then once you consistently do those movements perfectly, then we'll add the intensity piece. So if you feel like you might not be getting that great of a workout your first week or two, it's just because we're hammering those mechanics to keep you guys safe, okay? And then we'll slowly ramp up that intensity. Is there any questions on that part? Along with your movement, did everybody get access to the app? You should have gotten an email. On that app, on your rest days, there'll be different videos. Well, actually, even throughout the week, there'll be different videos that you can watch if you would like to, primarily focusing on your nutrition. We're gonna talk a lot about nutrition at the end of all of our classes this week, because no matter how often you work out or move your bodies, you can't outwork a bad diet. So that's what we're really gonna be focusing on today, and hopefully we can move the needle over the next 3 months on focusing on your nutrition so you can improve your key health markers, okay? And those are all up here. We talk about those a lot in our day-to-day here. Any questions on the nutrition piece or the app piece? Okay. Over the next 3 months for our MetFix class. Before I get started, I just want everyone to go around and introduce themselves so you guys at least know each other's names, because you're gonna be with each other for 1 hour, 4 days a week for the next 3 months. All right, so I'm Lexus. I will be just coaching this week. Kristen will be coaching the rest of the classes. And then Brett, my husband, is in the back. He will be kind of popping in as well.
My name is Carol Harder. I'm 74 years old.
My name is Helen Leeser. I'm 74 3/4.
My name's Lana Dunson. I'm 65.
My name is Liana. I'm 45. Patty Mormon. I will be 65.
Paulus Jackson, age 40, about to be 44 next week.
My name is Steve Pitzer. I am about to turn 60.
My name is Suzanne. Any injuries I need to know about before we start working out? I know some of you have told me about them at our interviews over the past couple of months or a couple of weeks, and I have those in my head, but anything else that's happened recently? Awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna move our bodies for 6 minutes for a little warm up. I want everybody to do 20 jumping jacks, like so. If jumping is out of the question, I just want you to step out. 20 of them, okay? You guys can get started with. And our workout of the day will always be under WOD. That's what it stands for, okay? Our workout today is going to be an EMOM of 20 minutes. So an EMOM means every minute on the minute for 20 minutes. We'll basically do 5 rounds. We're gonna perform 3 different movements. So minute 1, you are going to be performing air squats, and you're just going to accumulate as many reps as possible in that minute. An air squat looks like this, okay? Minute 2, you'll do jumping jacks. Again, you can do regular jumping jacks with the jump, or you can do the step out jumping jacks, okay? If you finish your 30 jumping jacks before that minute period is up, then you can just relax the rest of that minute, okay? So you'll get a little bit of rest there. Minute 3, you're going to do a 45-second plank hold. You can do this on the ground, either in a high plank, like so, or a low plank on your elbows, okay? Minute 4, you're going to rest. If you looked at the app, I kind of explained on there that we'll be keeping score of your different workouts throughout our 3 months. and you can enter your score into the app. This is important because when we go to retest workouts, like we will be retesting this exact workout in 3 months from now. We would hope to see that your score improves, which means that you got fitter in that 3 months. Does that make sense? So your score today is going to be total air squats. So you're just going to keep a running total of how many air squats you get over your 5 intervals, okay? You'll see some whiteboards like throughout the gym, and some people will write down, like they won't be able to remember, because I wouldn't be able to, how many you got in the first round going into your second round. So if this was me, maybe I get 12 air squats the first round, I would just write down 12 on my whiteboard. And then you don't have to keep a running total. You can just write down how many you get for each 5 rounds, and you can do the math at the end. Does that make sense? Okay. That score that you get today is going to go into your app, and I'm going to help you enter that at the end of class. The feel today is going to be gas. The pace is sustain. You're looking to get 5 to 25 air squats each minute. There's a really big difference there because I want you guys to be focusing on just good air squats, quality air squats with good mechanics, okay? If we need a squat to an elevated surface, we can. Eventually, we want those hips to get below your knees, okay? But if we're not there quite yet, we can go to an elevated surface like an 18-inch box, or you could even go to a 20-inch box. Okay. Those jumping jacks I already went over. You could do those step-out jumping jacks if you need to. And then for the plank hold, you can also use these boxes for the plank hold. So if you don't feel comfortable going down to the ground, you can elevate that surface and hold yourself here, okay, instead of going to the ground. That's up to you. The higher the box, the easier it will be. The lower the box, the harder it will be. Questions on any of those movements?
What's the first movement?
Air squats. Those are like so. Yep. Okay.
You have to come back up.
All right, so what we're going to do first is we're actually going to head to the other side, and I just want everyone to find a spot on the rig to help. Basically, I just want you to hold on to the pole like so. As yourself to get those hips below your knees. So you're gonna be here and you're gonna get into 10 pausing air squats. You're gonna hold on to this so it's like you have a firm grasp on it. You're gonna try to get those hips below your knees. Pause for a couple seconds, and then you're gonna stand up. This pole will help you do that a lot easier, okay? Go ahead. I want your feet to be hip width apart. Your toes pointed out just a little bit. Get your feet a little wider, Carol. Awesome. And now you guys can go ahead and get into your 10. Go for it. Make your, okay, go put your toes out though. Okay. And now go a little wider with your feet. Awesome. And then you can scooch closer to that pole and really use it as a stability to get as low as you can. Are you able to get low, like just get into a catcher's position at all? Those, but I don't want you to pause at the bottom. You can still hold on to that pole if you need to, but 5 more with no pause.
Did I do it wrong the first time? Like I didn't stop the first time. Was I supposed to?
Nope, that's fine. Be as slow as you need to, trying to get those hips below your knees still, okay? That's gonna be the challenging part. Go ahead and do 3 of them. Wow. Helen, now push your knees out.
Out?
Yeah. Here you go. Step away from that pole And I want you guys to get your hands in front of you and do 3 more air squats, getting those hips below your knees. Really focus on pushing your knees out, okay? You ladies are gonna go to an elevated surface. So pick a box height that you think would work for you and go ahead and do 3 air squats to that box.
Bend down.
Yep. Awesome, and stand up. Carol, why don't you come on this side? Awesome. As wide as you can, and then you're gonna take your right hand and go down to your left foot. You can pause for a few seconds, stand up, and then switch directions. These are alternating toe touches. We're gonna do about 20 of them. Okay, by yourself at your own pace. 20 jumping jacks, 20 arm hugs, 20 high knees, 20 alternating toe touches. Go for it. Try to keep track of your air squats. Good depth. That's awesome, Lena. Nice job, Anton. There you go. Really focus on pushing your knees out when you go down. You can do it. There you go. That's better. At the bottom it says home, schedule, workouts, social. All right, so the schedule is exactly what it sounds like. You can see the schedule on there. If you go to workouts, you should be able to see the workout that we just did. At the very top, it will say, welcome to our MetFix programming, and it will kind of give an explanation of what to expect over the next 3 months. And if you scroll down, and you can read all of that later, like what to expect, the newsletters and the YouTube channel, but then you'll start to see the warm up and then day 1. Does everybody that has the app see that? So if you go all the way to the bottom, it says day 1. If you click log result, and then I just want you to type in underneath reps how many air squats you did in total. So you might have to do some math. And the important part is going to come next. So if once you enter your air squat result, you'll see that there's notes at the bottom. If you did your air squats to an elevated surface like 20 inches or 18 inches, I want you to put that in your notes. So then when we redo this workout, you're comparing apples to apples. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's why we always are going to try to hold you to a standard here of like trying to get your hips below your knees. If you were able to successfully do that, that type of a squat is going to be much different than a squat where you're going to an elevated surface. So in order to compare to see if you're getting fitter, we want to make sure that we're doing the workout the same when we go to redo it, if that makes sense. Okay. Is there any questions on the app?